I'm about to take a few days off and take a road trip with one of my kids. Wouldn't you know it, right before I'm about to take off, I noticed something on my aquarium. It was a little shocking. Here, I'll show you what I mean. This is the side view of the 300-gallon African Cichlid tank. And if you look over here, you'll notice that there's a little bit of water accumulation or damage. And there was a little teeny outline of a puddle down here. Not a lot, not the kind of flood you'd see if there was a major leak. But still, enough damage and enough water damage to give me concern. And I felt that there was water here, right at the top of the pad. And so what's my first thought? My first thought, of course, is that the aquarium has a seam that has failed. So I'm examining the seams in here and everything is rock solid. And so I'm thinking, oh no, it's on the bottom, which means that the entire tank has to be drained. All the fish have to be taken out. Substrate has to be removed and a repair has to be done inside the tank in this area. So I'm freaking out. I'm already thinking about where am I going to put the fish. Maybe I can take them to my local fish store and have them watch them for me. I mean, I have all these wheels are turning, right? But I tried not to panic and I followed the water, and the water was all in through here, all along the pad. And then there were some water tracks here. Not sure if you can make them out, but there are some water tracks right under here. And that was good news. Because what that means that the aquarium isn't what's failed. What's failed are the bulkheads. And it's not even a failure, it's just from months and months of vibration. The bulkheads inside of this overflow box, the Synergy Reef overflow box, the bulkheads loosen up a little bit, just like a screw would on something that is vibrating constantly. You can see here, these are the bulkheads. These two large bulkheads. So instead of having to drain the aquarium and redo the seams, all I had to do was to tighten up these two bulkheads and the water stopped. And so it's like getting a pardon from the governor right when you're about to be led to the electric chair. So I tightened them up. It's dried up down here. There's no more water. And now I can take a few days off without the anxiety that my aquarium is going to fail. I was watching the water line very closely, not only in the tank, but also down here in the sump. And the water line was staying consistent. So the flow, the leak was like, a drop an hour, but still enough to create water damage and concern. So I think I got it. I think I handled it. And of course I'll monitor it before I leave, make sure there's no more dampness on the floor, and make sure the wood is drying up with some air circulating around it. It should dry up pretty quick. And fingers crossed, I got it. And now I can take a few days with my oldest son without worrying about what's going on here in the fish room. All right, thanks for tuning in. I hope you don't have any scares or shocks with your tanks. It's a little bit heart-stopping, especially when you're dealing with 300 gallons and a lot of big fish. It's never fun when something starts leaking. And until you have it figured out and nailed down, you really are in a state of high anxiety. All right, thank you, my friends, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.